Hi, it's Kevin, KGM JAM owner, Pro Advertisers Club, a totally free site to advertise. Go to proadvertisersclub.com and join for free today and start advertising for free. Sergio on his Facebook page put out an article today, or not an article, but a statement, because somebody, let me see if I can find it real quick. And it's been a pretty hot topic for pretty much the entire time that Veve's been around, and that is, are these NFTs or aren't they? Okay, and here's my take on it, because I don't have the technological knowledge to prove it to anybody when they ask me that question. So if you just, it's depending on who you talk to, you're going to get different answers. But let's try it here. Okay, here it is. Sergio Rodriguez on the Veve Collectibles Club. If you haven't joined that, go join it, and then you can follow this yourself. But first on the blockchain is first on the blockchain. All right, let's settle this once and for all. And then he goes on to describe what makes a first appearance. Yeah, but the real question is, are Veve NFTs? And how can you prove it if you start discussing with somebody? And like, I never, I can't take them to the blockchain and show it. But the problem is they started out on GoChain. And then they transferred over to what is now Mutable X on the Ethereum network. So the GoChain data is private. There's no access to it to verify it. But on Mutable X, you can see it when it was printed or minted and all that stuff if you know how to do it. So that's not a problem. So there has been some companies who try to claim that they're the first appearance of something. And so legally, what it will all come down to prove which one is which will be the blockchain. So the only thing now is to prove it for anything on Veve, we have to go back to the GoChain, unless it was minted after it came over to Mutable X. And you can go to Mutable Scan to see that. So, but here's how I have found a way to at least, especially this late in the game, where the company this far along in the game would not claim something that wasn't true. And they clearly state they are NFTs, and I believe they're NFTs. I've seen enough people prove that they're NFTs by showing you on the blockchain. But this is for if you need to show somebody, because if you go to the blog and go to the very bottom of any blog that, like if you go to a new drop and it says go visit the blog, the Veve blog, go visit it. At the very bottom, it has a description of what the company is and some other stuff. And in the very bottom, it will say Veve team right underneath the tags. Okay. And here's what it says. Founded in 2018, Veve was created for collectors by collectors to bring premium licensed digital collectibles to the mass market. And that's the argument, because everybody's going, people on one side are going, well, it's just digital collectibles. That's all they are. Because, you can't pull them off into your wallet, and they really aren't on the blockchain. Yes, they are. This is what it says next after that last statement I said. With over 8 million NFTs sold, Veve is the largest carbon neutral digital collectibles platform and one of the top grossing entertainment apps in the Google Play and Apple stores. That's all true, because you can go and verify that on the Google Play and Apple stores. And we're not showing up on a lot of people's radar, because I've talked about this before, hiding of the data. And it's not, and when I say hiding of the data, it's like they're not being included on charts that where would have them rank among other platforms. So in other words, let's say we were number 3 in the world and there's a top 10 list. We won't show up at all on that top 10 list, not because we're not the number 3, it's because they don't access that data to show that. Does that make any sense? Because if you do go on Immutable X, you can see the minting, you can see the blockchain, but you can't see some other data that would enable people to know that. It's kind of like we don't mind not people knowing that we're the biggest platform in the world right now. Why, I don't know. That's just, it seems to be on a time scale of what's going on. But they're not going to say with over 8 million NFTs sold on their website, unless they were NFTs. I think they've been around long enough that their lawyers would advise them not to do that if they weren't NFTs. And that's the argument I can give to people that they can understand, because most people are like me. We have not a clue. We think we know about the blockchain. We just kind of repeat what other people say, but it's a lot, you try to keep it as simple as possible, but it's a lot deeper than that. But just show them that on the website, how it says that. And again, you got IPs like Disney and the government, the United States Postal Service, Coca-Cola, all these, I can't imagine they all would be getting together to deceive people, because they have lawyers too. And trust me, their lawyers checked out Veve thoroughly before they would allow anything to be used on their platform. So I guess that's the only point I got to make on that. But if you told me, can I go show you on the blockchain? No, I'd tell you there's people out there who can, and there's videos out there that can. But if you just show them that and made the point that I just made, for most people that will work. The other reason Veve, if I understand this right, wants to call them digital collectibles is because of the mass market. When it goes mainstream, people don't like NFTs. 99% of all people do not like NFTs or crypto. Everybody who's in crypto and NFTs is a very small amount of people, because of the FUD, because of all the bad things, because of all the thousands of reasons. Because really, whenever anybody hears anything, it's just, somebody made a $1 million on an NFT, but then the rest of the time it's, they lost $1 million on an NFT, or this got stolen or hacked or disappeared. So by not calling them directly NFTs, it's more, I think, the mind frame of the mass, the mainstream people can will pay attention more if it says digital collectible instead of NFT being out in front. It's like Terra Virtua, who dropped Terra in their name simply because Terra Luna, went bankrupt, belly up in one day. People lost their life savings. They didn't want that attached to their name. So it's kind of why they don't push the NFT, even though they are NFTs. That will come later. So, when there actually will be a good reason to call them NFTs to the masses, because they'll be, fighting over them, trying to get them. That's what we're hoping anyway. So anyway, that's just a little bit of a tidbit on that. If I can pull it up, I want to show that I also go on DraftKings. Everybody thinks it's just a gambling casino site, and it's actually not. It's actually also got an NFT section that they started, I want to say a couple, 2-3 years ago, maybe. And if I can pull it up, the internet seems to be working good tonight. So give me a second here. Get over to the site. I'm already logged in. It's loading slow. So I don't know if well, anyway, the point I wanted to make over here is that sometimes you know, everybody's always paying attention to what's being pushed on the mainstream. That's what the hottest thing is for that week, the flavor of the week, I guess what I'm saying. But if you look around and you got a strategy like I do, and I'm the type of person who, when I go into a casino, I take $1 and I want to walk out with $10. I don't go out. I don't go into the casino with $1,000, because if I had $1,000, I'd save it. I'd pay a bill, do something with it, because more than likely you're going to lose that $1,000. But if you start thinking, go in with hardly any money, come out with a lot, you tend to do better. Because the worst thing that's going to happen if you go in for $1 is you lose that $1, and that I can live with. And I know I'm talking small fries, but that's what I do. I'm not into $10,000 investments or anything like that. I'm looking to make that the $1 and turn it into 10. And with NFTs, you can do that, especially right now, because there are NFTs going for pennies, $1, $2, $10, and they all used to be $100 to $1,000. And if you go to DraftKings right now, they have a lot of NFTs, but if you go to the preseason access collection, and I do own some, so okay, it's loaded up. So let me see if I can get it over there to that page and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. And that would be in the browse. But these things are down, some of them 99% of what they were. And you're going to be like, well, Kevin, they're down 99% because they're no good. No, everything's down 90%. I don't care how good it is, especially in the NFT market. And it's starting to look like we might be actually at the bottom, starting to come back up. So, okay, go to athlete. You go to DraftKings. Go to if you don't have an account, you got to sign up, but you don't have to gamble. You can go into the NFT section and collect NFTs. But anyway, under their headings, they have an athlete-based collections. You go to that, and then you go to the preseason access collection. Okay, and I'm about to pull it up here. It's almost loaded. The streaming service that I got, not the streaming service, but the internet doesn't work too good. So it takes me a while to load a page up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen from the cheapest to the most expensive, because the most expensive ones are, 10 grand. This is only about 50 of them or whatever. But we're going to go price low to high. And while that's loading, I'm going to connect it, share screen. And hopefully you can see it. Okay, we're going to go here, share, and it's saying I'm sharing it. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, it looks like I'm on it. All right, here we go. So what are these preseason access? I can't get it to scroll, but I'm going to try. What are these pre-access collections? The preseason. These were the very first NFTs that DraftKings ever dropped. The very first, okay? And they were all of athletes: Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Simon Biles, Naomi Osaka, Usain Bolt, that's his name's Usain Bolt. He's a runner. So some, maybe you're not too familiar with them if you're not into that sport, but everybody knows Tom Brady. Everybody knows Derek Jeter. Tony Hawk is the skateboarder. Tiger Woods. And look at these prices. Okay, you got, now these are the carbon. They printed 5,000 of these. And this one's only going for $2.25. And some people are only offering 78 cents. Now, DraftKings has got a thing where I'm sure Veve's going to have at some point, is that you can pick an NFT and make an offer. Just put it out there. And it can be as much or as little as you want. So the nice part is for the seller is you have to put the cash into an escrow. It does it automatically. So that when he accepts that offer, he gets paid instantly. So let's say, for an example, we go after the Tiger Woods. The minimum price is the lowest, cheapest one is $2.25, and they've all got their mint numbers. But you can't go after a specific mint number, but you can go after the cheapest one. So you put up your offer, and this guy's got 78 cents. That's the top offer. And if this guy needs the money all of a sudden, and he jumps on there, they'll sell it to you for 78 cents and take that 78 cents. You've already put it in the escrow. And you got like in addition to how low these are, get an even better discount. And they sell a lot. I'll put them usually in at 50%. I'd put mine in at $1.25 for 7 days. And within that 7 days, it usually will sell from floor price, unless it goes up, if people start buying it at the minimum. But so I've been stacking these. I've been stacking Derek Jeter. I've been stacking Rob, Tom Brady. I've gotten one of each at $1 a piece. You can't go wrong. And something else that DraftKings does that I hope Veve would do one day is they got a score just like you do your MCP points in Veve, and then they pay you per month out of a pool. Like I'll get anywhere from $40 to $60 a month, and it's not cash. They call it DK money, and I can't withdraw it, but I can spend it. Just like one DK dollar is just like a regular dollar. And then, so say I got $50 and I buy a $50 item, and then I sell that $50 item. Now that cash I can withdraw. That's how that works. Now that's taxable. Okay, but the DK dollars, I don't know if they are or not, but it don't matter. If it is, they will do it for you at the end of the year on your taxes. But anyway, so that's a great system, the top offer. And so what do we have here? We got the first NFTs ever that DraftKings dropped. But get a load of this. These are the first NFTs of these athletes anywhere on the blockchain, unless there's something I don't know about. And that's always a possibility. Do your own research. This is not financial advice. But this is the kind of things that I look for. Because at the very least, the reason you had to buy them was if you wanted to participate in their drops. So DraftKings put these out, sold them, and if you had one, you could participate in the drop. And then at that point, there was no other utility for these accesses. We figured they were going to do it every year, but they dropped it. They just did it this 1 year. Okay. Now, are they ever going to add utility again? I don't know. They haven't said it. But at the very least, they're collectible because they got two things on them. Well, three actually. They got the very first NFT for DraftKings, so that makes it a collectible. They're the first appearance of a lot of these athletes, if not all of them. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing is, where's the third one? Well, there's two at least. There might be more, but those are the two big ones if you're a collector. And at these kind of prices, the worst thing that can happen. Oh, and you can take these into a wallet. You can transfer these. Okay, so these, when you buy them, you own them. You can transfer them to your wallet. You can transfer them to another platform maybe that accepts them. I don't know. And that's a possibility also, that when you have an NFT like that, another platform could put utilities on these and say, hey, bring them on over to our platform. And again, I'm speculating. So don't take this as like this is exactly what's going to happen. It's just possible. And but the buy low and sell high, that's in effect here. This guy's offering 20 cents for Naomi Osaka. She's a tennis player, I believe. I'm not real familiar with her, but if I got her, for $1, if I paid the full $1 and I had her and I sit on it for, a few months or years, and maybe I give this to the grandkids, you're talking, what a way to, to collect. That's the way to do it. Where it's not really anything. If the worst thing happens, you're not out anything. But the other reason I want to show you this, because this is what I'm hoping comes to Veve, and I believe is offers, where we can imagine you can put an offer in for the NFT you want on Veve, like a comic book, and the guy wants $800 for the X-Men giant size annual #1. So I'm gonna put out to anybody who owns one that I'll give them $400 cash. It's sitting in the account right now. It would be gems then. I'd put the gems into the escrow, and somebody wakes up in the morning and said, "Hey, there's somebody offering $400 for mine." And even though the floor is at 800, I'm going to take it. And you can sell a lot more that way with these offers. You can people might need the money for God knows what at the particular moment. Having an ability to place offers is a tremendous thing for the market, for everybody, because it keeps it fluid, it keeps it moving. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about tonight real quick. It's going to be a short video. They are NFTs on Veve, definitely. And, just like I'm showing here, look for the good, cheap NFTs that you can collect and famous athletes is definitely one of the first appearances. It doesn't come any better than that. And these aren't terribly high mints. The carbon is the most. That's 5,000. They all have carbons. And then I think the next one is emerald, and those are 1,500. Oh no, the platinum is 2,500. And they go all the way up to like ruby or something, and that's only got like the 150 or whatever it is. My point is, even the carbons, the cheapest ones, at 5,000 mints, when this does go mainstream, whatever day or year that might be, or decade, there's not enough to go around. When you get the whole world that wants these NFTs, or as collectors, there's 5,000. There's not enough mints at that point to go around. So that's what makes these, even though this is the highest mint, to me these are very low minted runs. Okay. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you get a chance, go to Pro Advertisers. I gotta add that back on. Go back to let me remove that. Go to Pro Advertisers Club and check it out. You can join for free. You can advertise anything, but no porno, nothing illegal. But you can advertise at your YouTube channel. You can advertise your NFTs. You can advertise to pretty much anything. If you wrote a book type thing. And I also offer a free mailing to 400,000 people every day that you can participate if you play the grid click game. And again, that's all for free. And if you win it, actually right now, anybody who plays the grid click game gets that mailing to 400,000 people on Hercules Plus for free. Okay, so go check that out. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.